it's time for TIPisode with quick tips you should know. Techniques you can implement into your workflow right here on A Tale, oh yeah, A Tale of Two Hygienists.
A Tale of Two Hygienists presents this week's TIPisode, mini episodes giving you the tips to be successful, delivered straight from the experts. This week, sponsored in part by TempStars.
Hey there, fellow dental professionals. It's Dr. James Younger here, a practicing dentist and the founder and CEO of TempStars. And I want to thank Andrew, Brittany, and the whole team at A Tale of Two Hygienists for the opportunity to speak to you again today. Just a quick update and background about me. I'm still a practicing dentist and I work 1 day a week providing dental care at a mental health hospital. But before launching TempStars, I started and grew a wonderful dental practice from scratch, and I also had purchased and grown an existing high-end dental practice. But just recently I signed on with a community outreach clinic near me called Urban Dental. So they provide dental care to the homeless and vulnerable populations and those with restricted access to dental care. So the reason I'm mentioning this is if you've ever been considering providing volunteer dental care as a way to give back and support your local community, I'd really encourage you to pursue it. It's such a rewarding way to provide a much needed service, and it really helps those in need. And I don't have a specific list of all such organizations in all areas just yet, but maybe check with your local associations or shelters just to see if there's opportunities like this in your area if it's something you'd like to pursue. So one of the reasons I like speaking with dental hygiene and assisting associations is that not only does it give me an opportunity to kind of offer some perspective and insights to the dental profession, but it also gives me ideas about things to talk and write about, and also ways that we might be able to improve the TempStars service. So a couple weeks ago I was speaking with members of a dental assistant association, and you can imagine there's some overlap between the dental hygienists and dental assistants and conversations and struggles and challenges and that sort of thing, and things that are just on the mind of all dental professionals. And so one of the things we were talking about was about broaching conversations around the job market hourly rates with dental office owners and managers and that sort of thing. And so I kind of, spoke for maybe 15 minutes or so, and there was time for questions. And of the questions that came through, I started to notice a little tiny bit of a theme that I latched onto. And the questions were sometimes phrased in the idea of, shouldn't the dentist do this, or shouldn't the manager be doing this? And so as I answered those questions, it kind of gave me the idea for speaking about this concept of the idea of should versus is. And I'll just give you a quick example as context. So when we're discussing hourly rates and to see if you can set up a time with the dental office owner, the manager, to discuss, how they feel you might be doing in terms of your duties and performance and things like that. And so one of the questions that came up was, well, why should I have to set up time for a performance evaluation? Shouldn't the dentist be doing that? And my answer was, yes, the dentist or manager should be doing that. But we all know, and the truth is, it's true that in a perfect world, should all dental office owners and managers be inspiring leaders, effective managers, and be the source of driving an energized and engaged culture and team? Absolutely. And should they do everything that needs to be done to organize and lead a team and to help them feel respected and cared for and like they found their work home? 100% definitely yes. And should all leaders and managers treat everyone on the team as important professionals with kindness and respect and take the initiative for regular coaching and feedback and reviews and set everyone up for success? Again, yes, resounding yes. But is that the reality? And I think we all know the answer to that. And I'll admit, even myself as the leader of the TempStars team, I feel really proud and excited every day about how engaged and connected we all are, and we align our work to a common mission. But even I'm far from perfect, and there's always more that I can and should do. And isn't that true about the world? I mean, there's just countless things about the world that should or shouldn't be a certain way. And so as I was answering questions like that, it kind of planted the idea in me that, all of us will think about ways that things should or shouldn't be with regard to our work lives. And it's perfectly normal and fine, but the idea that I wanted to kind of talk about was just to really try to resist getting stuck there on the idea of shouldn't this be, or shouldn't that be, or shouldn't this person type of thing. Because the idea is, and I think it's important to move past, so realize the way maybe a situation is not the way it should be, but to work on the idea of, to move past the idea of focusing on what should or shouldn't be and come to terms with the realization of what the situation is. And so the reason it's important is that once we start thinking in terms of what the situation actually is rather than what it should be, then we can start to think of, well, what is within my circle of power and influence to improve or change the situation? Because thinking in terms of what can I do, it gives you a sense of personal ownership and empowerment to take steps so you can move the situation from where it is to closer to what it should be. Or at the same time, you can think about what a situation is and weigh the pros and cons of what it is, and maybe you end up just saying, well, it is this way. And you can find peace in that as well. But either way, there is power in moving past the idea of what should or shouldn't be into the space of just realizing and coming to terms of what something actually is, and then deciding, well, this is the situation. What should I do in terms of that? And so just to go back to that idea of, well, shouldn't the office manager or the dentist be setting up these performance evaluations regularly? Yes. But the reality is, not every dental office owner and dental office manager is the epitome of the most energizing leader and effective manager. And it's just true. And like I said, nobody's perfect at it. So you have to realize, yes, they should, but are they? Because it doesn't change the situation you're in. And so if that is not happening, then the idea is, well, this is the situation, and what can I do? What's within my scope of power and influence to change the situation? And that's what I was saying. If it hasn't happened, then take the initiative to set up a conversation around performance and things like that to kind of set the stage for those types of conversations. So anyways, yeah, that was just the concept and the idea that I wanted to talk about, because it's not just work lives, right? Things like this can extend past our work lives into our personal lives and things like that. And there's, like I said, in the world, there's just a lot of things going on that should or shouldn't be a certain way. And then to realize that this is the thing, and what can I do? What's within my circle of influence or power that I can take action to change or improve it? So thanks again for listening. I'll see you in the next TIPisode. And just a quick shout out for TempStars. If you're in the Boston, Chicago, Pennsylvania, Nashville, or Arizona areas, check us out. We're a dental temping service that you'll actually love to use. We connect over 16,000 dental hygienists and assistants with more than 5,500 dental offices, and we've completed over 80,000 temping shifts so far. And we have great Google reviews. So we're here for you if you need us. You can check us out at tempstars.com, and take care, and I'll see you next time.